Baitullah Mehsud was a master fraud. He was known to use child soldiers. They used to kidnap the family and then send their teenage sons for suicidal missions. At the start of the operations, they sent 4 kids, barely 8 to 10 years old, to one of our unit which was passing by. The kids asked for water, so our soldiers let them get closer. Once they were close enough, Baitullah blew their suicidal vests. We had a lot of casualties. And then around 1200 militants attacked our injured soldiers. If you remember the bombers Baitullah used to send in various cities of Pakistan, they were mostly under 18. The guy was a disaster for his own tribe and his own men. Baitullah Mehsud was a perfect example of a hell dog Khawarij. He had no regard of human life, no regard of any religion. I don't even think he was knowing the basic principles of Islam. He will use children and women for covering shield. He would attack children of people who would disagree with him. He was responsible of killing around 250 to 300 tribal elders. He was surely a psychomaniac. But we knew that one day his time will be up. And then we will take him down. You might be wondering that he was taken down in a drone attack by Americans. Well, that is your choice. Gul Bahadur Wazir was also instrumental in providing power to Baitullah Mehsud. Gul Bahadur Wazir had some issue with Maulvi Nazir, maybe a jealousy issue. Although both had almost no tribal support and experience, both assassinated local maliks to jumpstart their careers, but one took the Wazir tribe leadership, and that was Maulvi Nazir. Hafiz Gul Bahadur knew it's difficult for him to take control of South Waziristan Wazirs. So he thought, if it's not me, it's not him either. That is why he started supporting Baitullah Mehsud. Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan was officially established in December 2007. And its office bearers included Baitullah Mehsud as the Amir, Hafiz Gul Bahadur as Deputy and North Waziristan Amir, Fakir Muhammad in Bajod Agency, Mullah Fazlullah or Mullah Radio in Sawat. As many as 27 or 28 militant groups pledged allegiance to Baitullah Mehsud and agreed to submit themselves to the centralized command. Baitullah Mehsud in his mind and in his impression was thinking that he is the Mullah Umar of Pakistan. However, in reality he had nothing to do with Mullah Umar's ideology or the way of governance which Taliban had when they were in power. Senior militants from broad range of territories, namely the tribal regions of South Waziristan, Orakzai Agency, North Waziristan, Kuram Agency, Muhammad, Bajod, Darra Adam Khel, and the settled districts of Sawat, Bunair, Upper Tir, Lakhi Marwat, Tank, Peshawar, D.I. Khan attended the meetings. The TTP thus served as an umbrella organization covering all FATA and large area of KPK. The Taliban had also extended its presence to other provinces of Pakistan, namely in Punjab and Balochistan, as well as the port city of Karachi. Thousands of terror apologists or Taliban apologists, I would say, were coming into FATA and joined hands with these terror organizations. Those who were lesser enthusiasts became their touts, spies and sleeper cells, providing information and local support, lodging services, other local arrangements for these terrorists when they were out there for an attack. Many religious political parties were passively supporting Baitullah Mehsud and they avoided to say anything against them, even though they were killing innocent Pakistanis. Even though Baitullah Mehsud has never asked for these favors, these guys were providing these services voluntarily. For what? Was Baitullah Mehsud a Khalifa or the President or the Prime Minister of Pakistan? They simply did not know anything about him. And they thought that maybe this will make them safe from Baitullah Mehsud's suicide attack. In 2008, Baitullah Mehsud kept attacking Pakistan Army in South Waziristan, but he was more involved in the infighting with Wazir tribes, notably Maulvi Nazir. Once he pacified Nazir to an extent, although Nazir was killed way after Baitullah Mehsud, the power shift had already moved towards the TTP and the northern parts of southern Waziristan. Baitullah Mehsud had more fighters, more connections with the Taliban in Afghanistan. He had very good connections with the Haqqani network. He was continuously supporting them with sending a lot of men to fight in Afghanistan. He had his own die-hard army ranging up to 10 to 12,000 men, trained men. But actually Baitullah Mehsud was very much influenced by Sufi Muhammad in Sawat. But Sufi Muhammad did not had that kind of power, or nor did he had that kind of access to Afghanistan and the militant groups over there. So Baitullah Mehsud present himself as the leader of these all organizations under the umbrella of TTP. He successfully achieved this target. He adapted a lot of things from them. He imposed the tax, which was actually the extortion calls. Like, come on, it was like, hello mister, you need to pay this much amount money and this is the tax we are imposing on you. And you need to pay that. What is this? A tax system or something based on some formula? No, it was just based on one formula, extortion. 2009, Baitullah Mehsud kept sending hundreds of suicide bombers, blowing themselves in almost every city of Pakistan. Umar Khorasani, who later broke his group as Jamaat al-Ahrar, was the mastermind of suicide operations, while Hikmat Mehsud was the IED muscle arm of Baitullah Mehsud. Hikmat Mehsud was based in Afghanistan and he came into Pakistan through Torkham border, mixed into Afghan refugee camps, conduct recce, plan, install, hit and run back to Afghanistan, and after 2 to 3 months re-emerged. We got his profile up into our hit list, but it was very less known about him. But what we knew was that Hikmat's IEDs were martyring our troops massively. I was present in Zob when I was briefed about him and moved back to Wana. Objective was clear: search and kill Hikmat. Angur Adda post was badly hit. Hikmat was a well-protected raw asset and he was protected by Indian commandos and also NDS, additional to his own 200 to 300 men. We knew that if we have to break Baitullah Mehsud's back, we need to grab Hikmat by his neck. And this was actually my mission, and this was the reason I was present in Wana now. But before that, I will tell you the dynamics of Afghan visitors coming into Pakistan and the blunders we have done recently. We had two major border openings with Afghanistan, Torkham and Chaman. What was noticed that 42% of Afghans who enter Pakistan through visit visas come to meet their relatives. Well, this is what they say. But as other countries, we have no such mechanism to track or verify those so-called family members they claim to visit. Others mostly say they are here for some medical treatment. I personally would say another fake reason. Most of the visitors stay up to 1 month and return back to Afghanistan, but keep on coming in almost every 2-month period. Nangarhar, the main troubled province of Afghanistan and the safe haven of TTP, today contributes 32% of all visitors. This shows you how they operate. They mix with regular visitors, come in Pakistan, do recce, locate target, engage target, go back to Afghanistan. What blunders we made that we opened 5 additional border points with Afghanistan, yet again in our one-sided brotherly gesture. Barogi and Dora Pass in Chitral. Paver. Yes, I told you about Paver just few minutes back. So Paver in Kuram Agency, Angur Adda, yes, another trouble post in South Waziristan, and Gomal crossing. Why did we open these 5 additional border crossings? No one knows. But actually what has happened is that Pakistan Army built a fence to stop terrorists coming in from back doors, while the political government opened the main door for them with generous visa process, having no checks whatsoever. And that also in those specific troubled areas known for the illegal entry of terrorists for years. Well then, when we have an incident, we start asking questions. Where did these terrorists came from? Well, the answer is very simple. They came from the border with a valid visa. When I reached back in Wana, it was 2008 end. I was taken to Angur Adda post immediately. The morale on our post was very low. Angur Adda post has been attacked numerously in the last week. TTP has attacked the post and martyred 7 of our men. including 2 officers. I met our commanding officer and came to know Hikmat had been seen in Shikin, the Afghan city across the border from Angur Adda. And they also have up to 50 raw operatives present with him in his compound. But as per our policy, we were not allowed to pursue the enemy on Afghan side. And this is what they were doing. They used to attack and run back into Afghanistan, fully knowing that Pakistan armed forces will not pursue them on Afghan soil. Their confidence was so high that they had their all command apparatus set up in Shikin, right at an arm's distance to us, but of course beyond our firing reach, in front of our eyes. My commanding officer asked me, what is the plan? I told him plain and simple. We need to go in Afghanistan and drag this Khawarij back to Pakistan. We will make him and his men sit on the IEDs and blow them, so none of their men plant an IED again. Well, many times we have to go by the rules. So what was actually decided was to sit like a duck and hope that when next time they attack us, we have Hikmat present in that group, so we can take him down. The chances were low, but what else we could do? We had clear orders not to pursue them and also orders for maximum constraint in replying to their attacks, even standing on our posts.